And we all comfy, we all good to go.
Nice and cozy.
It's nice and cozy, it's late at night. So
10:20 p.m.
Welcome to
the Cheekyfish podcast.
The Cheekyfish podcast.
Yes.
Starring Cheeky
and Fish.
And Fish.
Yep.
That's you, you're Fish, and I'm Cheeky.
And I'm Cheeky.
And you're Fish.
And I'm Cheekyfish.
You are Cheekyfish. Alright, well, I'll see you later.
Bye. Welcome to the Cheekyfish podcast.
Yeah, this is Shaden now. I'm not here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to be trying to do regular podcasts because
we feel like it.
We feel like it, but yeah, just realising that we talk about a lot of stuff in the car, especially when we're just like walking around, and it's pretty funny. It's sometimes serious, you know. We provide good content, but no one's there to record it.
Pepsi, chips and twisties in a cup.
Delicious. Yeah, but yeah, so we're gonna be recording ourselves talking for probably about half an hour, maybe longer. Who knows? If you let us know how long you want the videos to be. I mean, the podcast to be.
How to be podcast.
Pretty much.
How to podcast.
How to podcast. And teach us how to podcast. But anyway, we'll get straight into it. Shaden, how have you been?
I have been good. How about you?
I've been good.
I'm gonna text and ask for a topic.
Oh, fair enough.
What topic?
A couple we can talk about.
Should we talk about?
I've got an activity we could do.
An activity.
An activity.
Podcast.
Or waiting.
Yeah.
So, Shaden, are you familiar with what a fan fiction is?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
oh no.
I just need to think of something that we should just create a fan fiction about. What's been in the news? Let's have a look at ABC News.
You know, popped into my head.
Yeah.
Legit, we were just talking about what to talk about. You know how they've got like versus battles for like people in similar universes and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
We should do that sort of thing. It'll be like a topic we'd discuss it, but it's for like anything ever. So it could be like stuff that's not even relevant at all
to like society. And
yeah.
also, I heard about this new particle that was made.
It could be like who would win out of a battle between, I don't know, stretchy arm dude from One Piece versus Black Panther sort of thing.
Ooh.
Stuff that's completely not relevant at all.
You can just talk about that sort of stuff.
And we just discuss it. Like, we'd be like, oi, name one person, I name another.
You're getting very loud. Remember, this is a relaxing look. We're just going to stroke you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a very relaxing.
We're like, oh yeah, name two people that we should talk about. And then we'd be like, oi, we're going to talk. I'm smudging your lens before we have to record.
It sucks.
Gonna move this over here.
Yeah.
And then we like do a discussion of like,
yeah, how? And that's like when we get guests in, like
yeah, and then it'll just be a full
yeah
argument. It'll be an argument pretty much, and then we start a fist fight.
Yeah, and then that's when we start recording.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so
the first thing you do when you graduate from school.
That's a shit topic.
I'm gonna go home, take my uniform off and go to bed.
Sounds good. When I graduate from school, I'll be doing what I do now. Just to let you know. I mean, I've been out of school for like a year now.
Yeah.
So not too long, but yeah, still I'm working Monday to Sunday pretty much on this gosh dang YouTube channel. I get paid the big bucks.
In peanuts.
Yep, in peanuts. Oh god damn it. So what? Yeah, I've got a serious topic. I've got a bit of a funny topic. But you know what? Screw it. Let's start off with the serious topic and we'll go from there. So obviously, we've heard a lot about, like in the news, the media. You've got like these posts on police brutality and all that sort of stuff. What are you showing?
It's like a goon bag, but it's a stocking.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you were saying amazing. Police brutality.
Yeah, we're talking about police brutality. So, you know, I was watching Sunrise the other morning and they're talking about it. They're on the topic of excessive force used by the police. My thoughts on it, like with tasers and that sort of thing, I think they should be allowed to use it. I mean, they're trained how to use, you know, that sort of self-defense weaponry. And they use it in the right circumstances and people just take that shit and they go with it. You know, they try and make it look bad. So, thanks to all those who serve. If you're watching this, well,
high five.
High five.
Just like,
yeah, you get a cheeky fish high five.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, people just blow things up from the internet. It's just the way it is. It's like the concept of people want a purpose. If there's nothing wrong, they'll create problems to have a purpose, sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's what they're doing. Like, back in the day when there probably was police brutality, nobody cared because it was like war, poverty, Great Depression sort of things. But people didn't care about the police brutality because there was a big global problem that they had to input. But now that there isn't really any big global problem, everyone's like, oh yeah, so I need a purpose, so I'm going to make these people look bad. And they do.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what it comes. That's like the case with most, left wing, right wing sort of topics. It's just people trying to have a purpose.
Yeah, and when they don't have anything to argue, anything bad to look down on, then they, go scavenging and they create problems for themselves and for other people.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I was watching a video, it was on Facebook, but it was of a police officer that was called to a scene on a bridge, and there was a male that was threatening people around him with a machete, and he also had a firearm on him. And long story short, at the end of the video, the individual that was threatening others attempted to attack the police officer, and he was shot. And he was put down, killed on the spot. And that was purely because they had to get more police officers in, and then the individual tried to attack another police officer with the machete and the firearm. So obviously, out of defense for his mate, he's shot this guy in the chest, but he's died as he hit the ground. So to be honest, I think he did the right thing. I think a lot of police officers, the amount of pressure that they deal with, it's good to see that they can make that decision right there and then. Like a lot of us wouldn't be able to make that decision.
No.
And then people end up getting hurt.
Yeah. The only reason police get given trouble for that sort of thing is because it's happening to people that are pretty much like us, people that don't live in third world countries. Like, you don't hear that sort of thing happen when it happens in the army, because the people it happens to, they're just in different countries.
Yeah, true.
It just comes down to that. You don't know them, but when it's happens in your own country or in like the Western world, it's like, oh, that's pretty bad, and it happens in the public eye as well, and they're like, oh, this is bad, police brutality.
Yeah,
but the guy did, if he didn't do that, this guy that is a menace to society would have killed a police officer who is helping society. So I reckon it was a good call. It's like a trade-off, really. Would you rather, dare I say, scum die or a police officer die?
Yeah, literally, yeah. Yes.
I know which one I'd choose.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, people just they're like, oh, Western world, we're more important than everywhere else. That's pretty why much. When they see someone from their country get put down, then they get triggered.
Yeah.
But if we saw the same thing happening in another country, we'd empathise with them.
Pretty much.
We'd be like, oh, how come their country's going through such a struggle? All this stuff's happening.
The scene in American Sniper with the child running towards the troops.
Yeah.
How he had to shoot the child.
Yeah, that was an interesting movie.
Yeah. If that was a police officer, imagine the outroar.
Just imagine a police officer's over there. He's like, what am I doing here?
What's going on?
When did I get here?
How did I do this?
Yeah. How do I fire a sniper rifle?
Yeah. Imagine a cop in the same situation having to take out a child because they're running towards a group of police officers with a bomb.
Yeah.
There would have been so much outroar because they killed a kid, but he also saved a group of police officers and probably a massive crowd as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon it's bullshit. There is police brutality, of course there is.
Well, there's always
but there's people that take it too far. They're like, something will happen, like somebody will get arrested for being a nuisance in public.
Yeah.
When you're in public, it's against the law to pretty much yell, scream and carry on and pretty much be us in public.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's illegal, you can't do it.
We've been arrested several times.
Yeah.
No, we won't say that. We haven't been arrested yet.
Been arrested, no. But then people go like, oh, that's police brutality and all that, so they try lashing out when the police officer smashes against the car to get them to stop because they're not stopping. They're like, you can't do that, police brutality. It's not, they're just stopping you.
Yeah.
And it's like, people have just gotten so used to getting no physical repercussions. Like, you know, you can't hit your kids. Back in the 60s, if a child was walking around the town swearing, the parents would hit you, and then the police officer would hit you.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
you can't do that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not even parents hit their own child.
Yeah.
That's like, it was even in a documentary about South African gangs in Melbourne from Four Corners news station. One of the things that was brought up by one of the men is that, like, back in his country, they were allowed to hit their children, and the children respected the elders and all that sort of stuff. But here, you know, there's kids walking around, like, younger than us, like what we experienced, the bloody 12-year-olds down at the jetty.
Yeah.
Like,
oh god.
Oh, you cuz, oh, you fag, oh, yeah, fuck this, oh, yeah, fuck, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't do that.
No, they wouldn't.
Because they would have gotten beaten.
Yeah, actually.
Like, the parents would hit him, then the police officer would hit him, when they got home, the mum would hit him.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But you can't even do that. Like, it's ridiculous how much leniency kids get.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, it went from you were able to hit kids, like, an example from our cadet experience. We can't yell at cadets anymore.
Which I think is kind of bullshit.
Back in the day, people were able to get cadets doing shit tons of push-ups. They were even able to hit them back in, like, when cadets first started off, back in, like, 1866 or whatever it was. They hit them. Like, of course that stopped because, you know, kids being hit, pretty ridiculous. But they did that when it was, like,
necessary.
It was like Army Reserves cadets.
Yeah.
But now cadets is a youth organisation, so, you know, you yell at them and get them into the sort of army environment. But now we can't even yell at them, so it's more like scouts.
It's just scouts. It's literally they come along, they learn stuff, and then we can't beat them. What's the point of being in cadets then if you can't beat some kids?
So then when you end up becoming, like, you know, a warrant officer, your job is pretty much useless.
Yeah, actually.
You can't discipline the cadets. So it's pretty much useless becoming a warrant officer. So that makes the whole entire rank useless, and then without a warrant officer you don't have more officers, and then you don't get it. Really, in cadets the only thing you really need is a sergeant. That's the highest you need. They just have the ranks because they're leftovers.
Actually.
It really would not surprise me if it got to the point where they just got rid of, like, Seagull and Woe, because they just they're not really relevant at all, because they can't do their job.
Yeah, actually.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
like and subscribe if you agree that children need to be punished.
Yeah, actually, we need to hit our children more.
We need to hit children.
I'm still trying to find a bloody...
find a thing to discuss.
Yeah, not a thing to discuss, it's just something to make a fan fiction of. I mean, I want to make a fan fiction. I want people to type it out, and I want more credit for my fan fiction making skills. Here we go. Let's have a look. I'm just going to look up. I'm going to give it a bit of a Google. I'm just going to say fan fiction topics. Should we just read out some fan fiction?
No, maybe not.
Fan fiction ideas.
Look at this. It's a thing that you put in your nose to stop you from snoring.
Huh, does it work?
I don't know, probably not.
Probably not.
But yeah.
Alright, so let's have a look. Fan fiction ideas.
Helix jump. Here's an update on which level I am on. Last time I was on, like, what, 300 and something?
Yeah.
Wait for it to load up, I don't actually remember what level I'm on.
Here we go. Let's have a look. What topic can we talk about? What fan fiction can we make?
1132.
Ooh, damn. That's a big level.
On the high levels. The big levels.
What the These are... I didn't realise this is what fan fiction was.
Fan fiction is bad.
It is really bad.
It's hard.
Dad is not on fire. What?
Oh my god. That's so bad.
Boy on boy? Okay, no, let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about fan fiction.
What TV shows have been...
I've started watching Doctor Who again.
Oh, you have?
Like the original one, like,
not the bad one.
David Tennant.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best Doctor.
Yeah, he's a very good
of all
Doctor.
time. But yeah, it's hell cool.
Yeah.
It's so much better than what it was.
Yeah.
Because, like, some people say the new Doctor is preachy, which in some aspects, yeah, it is, but...
Isn't the new Doctor a female?
Yeah.
Get a lot of hate for that.
Yeah.
No.
I reckon it would have been fine if, you know, they didn't get across as a bit preachy. Because like, a lot of the thing, because throughout all of Doctor Who, it's just been the Doctor stopping problems.
Yeah.
Like, Dave Tennant's first episode when he stops the bloody invasion of the big bad people.
Shannon's trying to talk while he plays Helix Jump.
Yeah, alright, so I'll pass the
finish the level.
But the doctor is like, an alien starts coming along and they start yelling, they're like, oh, you're bad and all this sort of stuff. And then he's like, oh, bah, stop, Jar. Oh, I lost my hand. Oh, look, I still got timey-wimey stuff in me, and grew his hand back. Now it's like, oh.
Emoji Wars. It's like emojis. That was a shit. That was one of the only episodes I've seen of the newer seasons.
The new season is weird. Like, it's got stuff like, one I reckon would have been really cool is Rosa Parks.
Yep.
The lady that sat in a seat when she was told to move in South America in the 60s. Oh, why would you do that? Cameron has started drinking, if you can't tell.
No, I just had to fart. So
he did in the mic.
Thought it may as well. Anyway, continue about Rosa Parks.
But yeah, so they're like, it could have been a really cool topic. They did try to keep it cool with a person being like, oh, I want to kill her, because they could have made it cool saying she is like a
woman.
No, what's one of the things? They go somewhere because it's a rip in time and it's how he charges the TARDIS. They could have done something like that. Someone's here, they're going to kill Rosa Parks, so she's got some weird timey-wimey stuff and they'll become powerful for it. But no, it's some white dude from the far future that travels back in time to kill her because, and I quote from him, "You people don't know where you stand," sort of thing.
Ooh.
Which is bullshit because he's from the future.
So he should know that we've already...
He shouldn't even think that way because he's from the future.
Yeah.
Unless humanity just chokes big time.
And we go back to our savage ways.
But yeah, but like, somebody from the future, in a show like that, it goes from that sort of thing with somebody thinking that way, but in David Tennant in the, when he goes back to New Earth with his second companion, whatever her name, Martha Jones.
Another hot one, yeah. Okay. I guess I haven't seen much Doctor Who.
He goes there, and what I noticed when I was watching it, because I'm watching it back through it, I was sure this yesterday, they talk about something like that, like a person from the future hating like black people, but back in Dave Tennant, back 2010, 2006 sort of time, they
just a big gap, like 4 years.
They casually mention a elderly lesbian couple, and nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody brought it up. Nobody said, "Oh, look at this." Nobody cared because it was like they just accepted it.
Yeah.
But Doctor Who was that sort of thing. It's like it would say far-fetched things, but it's Doctor Who, so you accepted it.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Like, you know, you would really accept anything from a show where it's a bloke talking to some lady in 2012 back in 1969 because he's got a manuscript and he's talking to a camera.
Yeah.
You're like, alright, that's pretty cool. So when stuff like that is brought up, you don't care.
Yeah. Whereas
but when
if you're watching a show where it's just two guys talking about Doctor Who and it's completely unscripted, then you wouldn't trust them as much because, I mean, what the fuck do they know, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah,
little shits.
Ruining my credibility. No, but now with the new one, it's more preachy. It's more like, oh, this stuff happens. It should be different. Like,
isn't the new Doctor like a lesbian as well? It's like
nah.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't actually mention sexuality or any of that, which I reckon's a good call on their half. Who cares? Like,
what gender is the new Doctor?
Yeah, the new Doctor. Honestly, I don't reckon it's going to last for very long because of the way they're doing it.
Shaden, what gender am I?
Oh my god!
I'm going to do this test. Sorry. Continue.
Alright.
Yeah.
So it's just like good old Doctor, big topics. The most controversial thing would be like, oh wow, he's not the only Time Lord because old mate ran away to the year 100 trillion to live at the end of the universe. Oh. And then comes back and kills all of humanity casually, you know.
He's lived through the end of the universe.
A weekend passing sort of thing. I like killing humanity every now and again.
I'm bored, yeah.
So, yeah. But now it's like, they did the, after World War II where the English Empire split India and like Pakistan sort of thing, So like Hindus lived here and Muslims lived here.
Yeah.
You know, they could have done a pretty cool topic there. But they did it around a marriage between a Muslim woman and a Hindu man.
Oh, that would have ended terrifically.
Yeah, and it was really a pretty boring episode, but they could have made it really cool, like, these people are here for timey-wimey stuff, you know? It's about time travel, it's about all that sort of stuff. So why don't they keep it like that? But it's like, oh, go back to see your grandmother get married to a Hindu.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you really want to.
Who cares? Like,
see your grandmother,
honestly, it's like Dear White People, but not as passive-aggressive, pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of what happens when it comes to sex with me. I'm trying to figure out what my brain's sexuality is.
I need to test it. Oh, it's the stupidest thing ever.
I tend to enjoy diving into it, but I can take my time too, sometimes. That sounds like me. I pressed the wrong one. Talking
about doctor and preaching now, like, what? I like diving into it.
Do you feel more comfortable around guys or girls? Both.
Both.
Oh.
Just a both.
A both. BOF.
Not even both, just both.
Most of your friends are both. I mean, don't go to ads. Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, buddy. Oh, I thought of something to talk about, but now I've forgotten. God, this is hard.
I could talk about Doctor Who for yonks.
You could, yeah.
But I've talked about Doctor Who for 20 minutes.
I mean, literally, the episode is going to be us talking about Doctor
Who.
Oh, that's what I could do a fan fiction on.
Please don't.
I think that's the only one. I might look one up and just read it.
There's a lot of Doctor Who fanfics.
Alright, so brain sex test. Select one. Which would I rather? Sushi and sake, or sake, pizza and beer, or salad and wine? I like pizza, but I don't like beer.
Good.
So,
Pizza.
Do you grasp the deeper meaning of books, movies, and music, etc.?
No.
Not always. No, I just want to enjoy it. Do you convey your ideas, opinions, blah 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 blah, without fumbling your words? No.
We fumble all the time.
We fumble a lot.
Fumble.
Do you gossip? Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
What do you think we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Hey, I heard that Jessica did something.
Did a thing.
She did something. And I'm scared because I think it was drugs.
Drugs.
Oh, get away from me, you ad. How do you feel if someone gave you pretty flowers? I'd be puzzled, but say thanks to keep them from getting weirder. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, thanks.
Not what I would have done.
You but fuck off, man.
I would have done my age-old response of just grab it and just stare at them until they get uncomfortable and run away.
It's terrifying. It's happened to me a couple of times. I tried to give Shaden a bunch of flowers.
And I ate them.
Yeah, right in front of me. I was like, oh, well, at least he enjoyed it.
And then I vomited.
Yeah.
And I ate that back up, looked up and said it tasted better second time round.
Yeah.
To make him feel extra sad.
Let's bring up some bad memories. I'm going to drink some more. You're at a party. Do you spend more time with guys or girls? Both. It's not making this any... When your partner has issues... I don't have a partner, but alright.
Partner in crime.
Oh, yeah. You support them by sharing the workload to fix it. You listen or try to. I don't give a shit about listening. I get distracted when they talk, but I mean, well, yeah, that sounds about
I mean, we get distracted all the time.
Yeah, we do. Speaking of which, I'm on my phone.
Same.
You're on your phone. Oh, what a great podcast this is. We've only got like 5 more minutes. You'll figure out my sexuality. Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. Well, you want to know what we're going to be doing? Unnamed show recording starts in 2 days, so we're officially doing the first episode of that.
Look at your wrist for that.
I don't know. I looked at my watch. I was going to see the date, but I was like,
doesn't even have his watch on.
Yeah. Do you post rowdy things on social media? No. I mean the Twitter kind of.
The same as the Facebook with the I like cheese. I will cut you an okay, see you soon.
Your relationship with your partner is non-existent. It's not. That's not an option.
Doesn't exist.
Awesome, and great. I don't. Okay.
That's really
which one?
Forceful.
That one.
If you can't choose bad, it's forceful and not good. It's not a good thing.
So a good test. Pick a drink. Cosmopolitan beer. Oh, Cosmopolitan. Done.
If you know what would make us like really controversial. We're Australians.
Yeah.
And in Australia they have the broadcast. Well, the
ABC.
The project.
Oh yeah,
Fuckwits United. They always talk about stupid shit that's never relevant and don't do their research and just try to tell white people how they're bad and horrible for their sexuality and
controversy. It's good.
So, they always don't do their research sort of thing. Like, for example, with the Conor McGregor thing they did. Mr. Fuckwit, whatever his name is, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, the
I
Irish
had
boy.
a discussion with the CEO of MMA, I've forgotten his name as well, and he sits there telling him, it's like, so there was a fight, and he's like, starts having a go at him saying, so he did his fight and you don't suspend him because he makes you money. Thing is, Conor McGregor was suspended and he was also arrested as well.
Yeah.
So old mate Mr. Fuckwit didn't do his research, and tried having a go. Like, I didn't watch the whole thing because they just annoy me. The project, they're just stupid. Yeah, it's like that's the broadcast movement in Australia. They're just stupid. They're uneducated.
Yeah, I mean,
journalists in Australia are the most uneducated people I've ever had the misfortune of seeing on a screen.
Yeah, you see, like with 9 News and all that, like at night they have like the highlights. So they have like a reporter go after someone, and that person will try and walk away.
Yeah,
and they just keep bugging them, and they'll be like, they make allocations. So they're like, this happened, like, why aren't you in?
If they don't get answers, I'll just make it up, sort of thing.
Yeah, literally. So I think there was one. It was like some guy assaulted another person out of self-defense, but the media went after him, and they were saying like it was assault. Then they turned into a sexual assault, and then it got turned around, and it was like a rape.
Oh fucking hell.
So
that's what the media does. It's just
media controls everything. What gender was I born as? Well, aren't you supposed to be telling me this?
Yeah,
what gender am I?
Know.
Would you spend the day without showering, playing a video game, and eating fast food? No.
We have done that before.
We've done all of that before. When it comes to food, YOLO.
YOLO. Yeah,
I don't give a shit. I mean, I have to shit.
I've gotten sick and can't. Yeah, exercise. I've gotten fat, but
yes, you're so fat, Shaden. It's disgusting to look at you.
I know.
Everyone will see when we show them the tutorial on how to get more views on YouTube. Do you check other people out in public?
Anyway, keeping on the discussion of journalists not doing their homework, biggest one I've ever seen. You know of the wage gap bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's
The ABC released a song of 2 women going on in the video, like saying, we only get paid till 3:43, so we should only have to work till 3:43, sort of bullshit. And they tell each job how little they earn compared to a man.
Yeah.
And throughout the job, Mr. Isaac Bannerfield pointed this out. Throughout the video, there are scenes of them assaulting men, saying like, we don't get paid as much, and they're like just casually punch him and bump into him, knock shit out of their hand, sort of shit.
Wow.
And Isaac Bannerfield made the point. Imagine if that was turned around. Anyway.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, it has been illegal to pay women less than men or even discriminate against them in the workplace since 1977.
Yeah.
So quite a long time. Not a single person that actually preaches about the wage gap would even have worked
actually
back then. So their whole life they would have been paid the exact same amount. Like, the reason they don't get paid as much is because they have to make a choice. Do they want to do a job, progress, and get paid as much as a man, or do they want to have a kid?
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
There was a
it's harsh, but it's how it is. But and one of the points they made was like, childcare gets paid less than a boilermaker. This is bullshit because more women choose to go to childcare, so why don't they get paid as much as a boilermaker? Well, because children don't send you blind, deaf, and more prone to injury, while a boilermaker does.
Yeah, literally.
A child might chew your ankle. A boilermaker might lose his fucking hand.
Yeah, that was the video on Facebook I was watching. This guy was clarifying that. He was like, there's some women that work in child whatever, they're like teachers
child
or something
and all that,
yeah, and they were going on about how they don't get paid as much. So they were comparing the average wage of a boilermaker to the average wage of a child carer.
Yeah.
And it was like it was $20 an hour, they said, and then it was like $40 an hour for a boilermaker.
That's bullshit, because the average wage of a boilermaker is $28.
Yep. And the average rate of a childcare is
$21.80 or something.
We both watched the same video.
Yeah.
And he just goes on about it. He's like, you're an idiot. Like, you haven't done your research.
You haven't done your research. You just want to preach and get noticed, sort of thing.
Yeah, and this is they want to be noticed. Exactly what we want to be. Notice us.
So we're making very big there are problems out in the world, and these people could actually make a difference. They just choose to be more self-centered about it.
Yeah.
There are problems in less off countries regarding gender inequality. Like, some countries in the Middle East, women aren't even allowed to drive. Some can't go to school, sort of thing. But they're bitching about something that's not even real. That doesn't even happen in Australia, but they talk about it. So yeah, that's the sort of thing they go on about.
Yeah, it's just bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
Yeah, well,
so,
I guess that's a half an hour. Whoa, we did it.
We're going for 45 minutes.
Are we?
Yes.
Fair enough. Well, bit of a break in the middle. Yeah, my brain's a dude, by the way. I'm a male brain.
Male brain.
Yeah, so I tend to rush sex.
Genders is difficult. There's only 2 genders.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh, really political. Alright, so let's have a look. Let's have a little read.
I remember back in the day, I said that to somebody. He's like, genders and sex is a different thing. I'm like, no, they're not.
No, well, yeah. I mean, sex can be whatever you want it to be, but like genders are just male and female. Start an argument in the comments, please. Alright, but yeah, so...
Your sexual organ does not define your gender. Yes, it does.
I'll read this out. So, your brain is a dude, whether or not you are. That means you're visual. You tend to rush sex. You're kind of goofy. Things are hilarious to you. Fart jokes, anyone? Yeah. And you tend to avoid drama at all costs.
Yeah, it's really accurate.
You like to keep things simple, so you have things like multitasking. What? You would also rather shoot yourself than be the only male in a room full of bickering women. Oh.
That's fun, because I could say a really rude thing and cause a fucking fight.
Yeah. Well, mate, that's another thing we can go on about. Sexuality and gender. This is going to be a fun topic to talk about, because I know a certain individual that watches our videos who will love to argue with us. But, sexuality and gender, what's the difference?
Sexuality and gender, like, yeah, you can have your own sexuality, but you don't change your gender according to it.
Gender's what you're born with.
I reckon, like, we'll actually look up the definition of gender.
Yeah, do it.
I'll do it.
Why not? I'll start singing to everyone. I'll do the
no worries.
I'll do that. Wait.
Gender definition from the Oxford Dictionary.
From the Oxford? Whoa, that's a lot.
I'll go from Oxford. So the first edition of the Oxford English Dictionary, volume 4, notes the original meaning of gender of what? The original meaning of gender as kind had already become absolute. The word was still widely used, however, in specific scenes of grammar. Gender.
Oh, they're just going to tell us the definition.
The assignment of nouns and categories such as masculinity, femininity, and neuter. So pretty much it's saying, what is the meaning of gender and grammar? Yes. It came up with nouns. I'll get rid of Oxford.
It's a noun, everyone. Gender is a noun.
Yeah, gender's a noun, you're all wrong.
Scientology got it right. That's the thing, I was watching Big Mouth, and their whole, like...
The state of being male or female.
Oh, well, that clarifies the gender
and when we go and change that to...
What is
sex, it's going to come up with... Intercourse. Either of the 2 main categories of male and female. So they're the exact same thing, just worded differently. But so all these people that go, there are 70... No, there's not.
Why are people, like, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, well then...
Tough.
Yeah, I mean,
you can change it nowadays.
You can change it. No one gives a shit if you change it.
Nobody cares.
It's just...
But when you go to your way and, like, give people a hard time for misgendering you...
Yeah, then...
Like when women have a go, I'm not a man, you should refer to me woman. You cut your hair like a man, you dress like a man.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry if I got it confused.
Or like when people say, men and women should be raised the same, treated the same. That wouldn't work because they're not the same.
Actually.
Women behave better when they're younger, men are like more...
Yeah.
Or boys just choose to fuck around in class and do more stupid shit and run around because they have more energy and they choose not to do that sort of stuff. And in schools... that is classed as bad behaviour, so they try to make kids less masculine sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which didn't work for me because I picked a fight with everyone every second day because I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that sort of thing always happened. So really, it's just weird. These people are trying to go on about saying, oh yeah, gender equality and all this stuff. It's just making it bad and causing problems that we won't be able to fix very easily in the future.
Yeah, actually.
So,
and then
there's even videos about it. I forgot what the channel is, but they did really good videos about it. They explained it really well. If I find it, we'll just
we'll add a link
or something. But it's really good. That's actually awesome.
That's our podcast.
That is great.
Yeah, a little sandcastle, got some coral reef, and the fish is going to be up there. I mean, everyone's already looking at it.
We both look stoned as fuck.
Oh, whoops.
This is the first time I've seen the podcast picture, by the way.
I drew it all on paper, and
great.
it is pretty good.
We look stoned.
We look very angry. Yeah, we look tired. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so like with, I don't know, just with gender and everything like around that, a great example today, we went to McDonald's and there was someone serving us and I wasn't sure if they were a boy or a girl, so I didn't say anything, you know, because I'm safe that way. But as soon as they
as soon as they spoke, you're like,
yeah, that's a female. Yep.
Like, she was really nice and all, that's fine, but like,
yeah, it's just we weren't sure because she cut her hair really short.
I mean,
and
I didn't have any difficulty, but
well, I mean, I'm really dumb, so.
She was really nice and all that. Like, I reckon it's fine if women want to have short hair.
Yeah,
it's fine, doesn't matter. But it's like, it's the women that cut their hair short and then start dressing like men, acting like men. When you call them a man, they start reacting erratically.
You know, like, hey dude or something, or hey mate, like.
Hey man, it's like, oh, I'm not a man, and it's like, you cut your hair short, like really short, like. Your hair looks shorter than mine. You're dressed in baggier clothes than me.
Yeah, so we can't tell.
And we can't tell. You look like a man.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. At work, I've had it a couple of times. Like, you know, when you introduce yourself, like, hey, how you going? I used to say like, hey mate, or hey guys, and that's just how I was brought up. You know, that's how I just talk to people. If I say hey guys and you're not a guy. You know, I apologise, and I've had someone have got me about that. Oh, I'm not a guy, I'm a woman. You address me as lady. I'm like, hey, lady. Like, that just sounds kind of offensive in my books.
Sounds offensive. It does.
Yeah.
It's like mankind. There was a thing in America where they tried to get rid of the word. They tried to find a new word for mankind and humanity because it has the word man in it.
Seriously?
Yep.
Woman.
Well, yeah, they even said you don't refer to them as
do you want to be a woe?
Yeah, you don't refer to them as a woman because it has man in it.
So it's lady.
But it's like,
lady one.
It's who really cares? Like,
I don't. Yeah, people are just wound up about the wrong shit.
They gotta like get all this sort of like energy to make a difference and put it towards something that's actually serious.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment we've got people that are starving in third world countries.
Yeah, you got terrorists and all that. You got
World War III is
sort of
about
stuff
to begin, pretty much.
Pretty much. There is like an incident that happened. We were told about last night. China taking the thingy from Australia. I forgot what it was. It was like a line of something to help fix Australia's internet, and China just snooped it off. That sort of thing happens, but people aren't stopping it. They're like,
when China requested America to for their they wanted to get their vessels out of that conflict area because America had massive carriers just sitting outside China, like just in case anything happened. Like, they were there to back them up if anything. But then China's told them to leave, otherwise it'd be an act of war. And then they were doing war maneuvers in the ocean between two ships, and nearly started firing on each other.
It's just petty. It's
Yeah.
pathetic, really.
And the
It's
next
childish.
the next thing that's going to happen is, you know, eventually someone will just pull the trigger, and then everything's going to go to shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what people don't understand. It's like, we are way too, myself and Chad, we're really laid back. We don't really...
We don't care about anything.
Not really. The only thing I care about is Rocket League. I was playing that today. I got very angry. But anyway, and yeah, it's just people get too wound up over stuff, and you just need to sit back and think like you're alive.
Politics in kindergarten. What's the difference?
One's smarter than the other.
Yeah, kindergarten.
You can. I was gonna say you guys can decide, but no, we decide for you.
Kindergarteners are smarter than politics because a kindergartner knows when they've gone too far.
Yeah. Yeah. And they get hit.
And they get hit for it.
Politicians just get hit and they're like, wow, that was interesting. Yeah, that's assault.
They were like, somebody will tap their shoulder to talk to them, and they will accuse them of rape, sort of shit.
Nice.
A kid won't do that.
I would, but I do it all the time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
rape. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bloody hell. Oh.
It's got really controversial really quickly.
I know, we should probably call it an episode there before we get any more controversial.
Yeah, we probably should, eh?
I
Nice
know.
40-minute video.
Yeah, we'll stroke your ears if you're wearing some headphones.
I'm really roughing him with my...
Jesus Christ.
Rip the mic off.
Yeah.
No,
So
that's
that was our first episode of the podcast.
Very controversial. I didn't... That wasn't actually... Nah.
It wasn't too bad.
We probably won't keep on that style. We'll probably start...
No, we'll go a bit more funny next time. We'll get some...
Joking.
We'll get
when
some...
it's daytime and we can actually yell.
Yeah, pretty much.
'Cause I like yelling.
He does like yelling. But yeah, I mean, that was our first episode. Leave some comments. Let us know your opinions on these topics. As we said, the next episodes will be a bit more funny, but we were talking about some pretty serious topics in that episode.
It's mostly because I watched Isaac Butterfield before I came here.
Pretty much, and I watched that Facebook thing as well. So go check out our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr,
Hey, look,
Reddit.
we are comedian. Not
and-
comedians, comedian.
We are comedian. And yeah, check out our YouTube channel if you're not already doing that.
I like how we put we're going live.
Yeah, I know. And one person saw that. So that one person is very disappointed right now. He's like, where's the live video? But anyway, guys, yeah, follow us. The links will be in the description. Not the links, sorry. The our profile names and all that.
We didn't go live.
Shaden's posting in real time right now.
Neato.
Neato, yeah. Bye. Alright,
Do you like cheese?
do you like cheese? Let us know in the comments if you like cheese. Anyway, this has been an episode of the Cheekyfish podcast. Won't be our last.
Subscribe to PewDiePie to BT series.
Okay, well, bye.